What's going on, my guys? Welcome back to the beach. I'm Garrett with Game by the Beach. Very excited to be here with you today. Guys, we are going to be trying out the number one deck in the game. So this is one of my favorite decks that I've been playing for the past couple of weeks, and I absolutely love it. Inquiz is a beast. It's super fun. It has all the talents. It's the closest thing that I'm going to get to being a top-level player, okay, on the leaderboard. Let's check out that leaderboard. Okay, let's see where we are, not where we are at, where the top person is, a casual 10,000, trophies. Yep, we're right about, we're in the same ballpark. We're right about there. Nook, all right, like a little, okay. Inquiz, Knight Statue, so far so good. Clock of Power. Now this is what I want to talk about in today's video. Clock of Power. Harlequin Dryad. And he's only got the third talent on Dryad, and he's the number one player. That's pretty sick. Oh, let's see what the first talent is. Yeah, he's going to do Fairy of Growth. And I'm assuming which ones he's going to do. Yes, okay. So that's the exact same ones I do as well. But Clock of Power, fellas. Oliver, are you making noise? Are you making noise? Clock of Power, fellas. All right? It's a common theme. It's not in that deck. It's a common theme. Look at that one, right there, right there, right there. It's a common theme right now. Clock of Power, okay? The last time I saw a good clock deck was Robot Clock, of course, right? It took over the ladder. It was super, super annoying, especially if you were at the top. Oh, I was supposed to copy that. The top of the leaderboards. Everybody, this deck contains a unit. Oh, you bum. All right, well, you know what? So he doesn't have Scrapper in there. It was all over the place. And I'm kind of down. I've actually been trying to level up my clock a little bit. I thought it was something that would be really, really good. However, it's one of the best legendaries at low levels. Even a level 7 Clock of Power is still pretty strong. So we're going to be trying it out today. That is the deck right there. I don't have Zeus, but I don't think that matters all that much. I'm going to go for Gadget. Honestly, you could probably do anything that you wanted with Clock or with Hero, and I think this should work out decently well. And we're gonna feel it out. Okay, I've never played this deck before. I have actually tried out Inquiz with Clock in the past and had some mixed results. So let's give it a try and see how we do in the first game of the morning. First game underway. Okay, we've got a robot. Bombardier deck here. He caught me drinking coffee. Like I said, there's a ton of different ways to kind of play Inquiz right now. I'm going to try and talk you through a couple different versions or different ways of playing a max Inquiz or pretty much any Inquiz with any amount of talents, because it does change pretty decently well. So we've got clocks here. I wonder if the top players using this deck don't even really merge their clocks. They kind of keep as many of them on the board as possible. Maybe they rank them up to a certain level, get them to like rank 3, for instance, and then keep them, otherwise merge them out. I'm sure they try to merge them at, opportune times. My first priority, because we got Warlock coming up. I don't really care about Warlock. My first priority, he's having tons of trouble, is to get my Inquisitor on a buffed tile. Okay, that's what I want to do. He has Elementalist, so he's not going to die right here, even though it looks a little bit scary. So that's what we're going to do. So for wave 1, I'm really not going to do a whole lot. I'm going to hold out. I'm going to build mana. Okay, I can level up my Inquiz just to help out on this wave 1, so I don't have to do a whole lot. And after we take out Warlock, I'm going to just spam my board, try to get an Inquiz on my square, and then eventually get rid of this guy, hopefully by merging him out, and then we can start going. Okay, I want to get my Inquiz on a square. Step 2, level my mans up a couple of times. Okay, get him to rank 2, 3, maybe even 4, depending on how many Dryads you have. And then go from there. Okay, at that point, I try to get a Knight statue next to him. I don't really care about getting 2 Knight statues next to him. I just want the one, realistically. We're actually doing pretty low damage right now, which is kind of too bad, but let's see what we can do. 69 to go through. Come on. I'll have to merge anybody. I'll just do that. Boom. And, okay, let's spam. So I'm going to have to do that. I'll do that. Okay, not ideal. Can we get an Inquiz? Nope. Now we're out of mana. Not the start that I wanted. Come on, give me one more Inquiz over there. We got 2 Inquizzes, but not the right one. I'm getting all squeaky. Squeak. Come on, baby. I mean, we can level up our Inquiz if we would like to, but I'm being greedy. 250. I'll do that. All right. I think at that point, we got to just do this. Watch us get an Inquiz on a square now. If we do, I'm kind of okay with it still. But at least we'll be alive now. We've got the right amount of... I guess we just give up on it. We just do that. We already got him to 4. We've got some clocks. I'm going to level up my... my Inquiz, followed by my Knight statue. This guy is touching my Inquiz, so I'll level him up a couple of times. I'm going to try and get this on him, so we're going to go for a rank 5. And honestly, if you don't have Scrapper... Oh, that's why he uses Zeus. He uses Zeus, the main guy, for... because you have an Ascension tile, don't you? It levels up... I don't even have Zeus. But it levels up an Inquiz. So you can get your Inquiz to max or your Knight statue to max. We're going to be pretty much capped at rank 6. Or not rank 6, rank 5. If we're lucky, rank 6 with Dryads. That's really, really tough. But yeah, it is what it is. So let's just get this guy going all the way up to 5. We've got a bunch of clocks. Let's start leveling up our clocks. We're going to hit our gadget. And okay, we should be in a decent spot. The best way to play Inquiz without Scrapper, you just gotta be a little bit patient. Okay, be a little bit patient, which is always it's a good rule of thumb in life as well. But build some mana. Don't spam your board. We got Tribunal, so I don't need to spam my board anyway. I'll probably combine out a couple of times before Tribunal. A, to get fewer units on my board, and B, to hit a couple of clocks so that he gets hit by Tribunal with a better chance than I do. But then we just build mana, get to 2,000, 3,000 mana, something like that. Then we spam our board. We're going to copy out a bunch of Inquizzes if we can. That's why we have Harlequin. Get those Inquiz stacks up as much as we can, and then go from there. But guys, if you are enjoying this video, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, like the video, and if you want to support the channel, use code BEACH. Okay, if you guys make any in-game purchases, whether it's the Premium Pass, the Hero Tavern Pass, anything, you buy gems, whatever, make sure that you're not going in the app. Go through My Games and use code BEACH. It's totally free. Okay, if you're already spending money on the game, we really, really appreciate it on this channel if you just use code BEACH because, like I said, it's totally free. And I absolutely love everybody that does so. I had a bunch of plans. I didn't do any of those plans because I was talking to you guys. Okay, but we can do this. We can do that. Let's just combine out as much as we can. And yeah, everybody that does that, make sure you leave a funny message. Say what up, and also say, Garrett, pay attention to your clocks. Okay? Gosh, because I'm not paying attention to anything. All right, we're just going to do that. Let's, I'll merge those out. I'm going to merge those out. We still got a little bit of mana. Let's do that. I'm going to do that. We can start building up some of our, I might even just do this for the sake of it, because we'll have some time. We got Gorgon. I'm going to do my Clock of Power, max that up. Don't forget, if you're using this deck, to level up your clocks also, right? We're going to do our Knight statue right there. I'm going to do that right there. Once I get another absorption, because that's definitely a word, right? From my Inquisitor, I'm going to copy him. Here we go. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Just so we have another couple. We're already at 10 stacks. Our man's actually at level 5, which is good, or tier 5. And now we're back to waiting. We're at 2,200 mana. He's having a little bit of trouble. I don't think he'll lose this. I'm going to do a clock just for the sake of it. Maybe he will take a hit. That's pretty good for us right there. Where's my Mary when I need it? Yeah, so he will take this out, but it gives us time to use our gadget. That is our last gadget that we'll need. And this guy's got no talents on his robot. This is a massively unfair game. All right, so we did all the absorptions. Absorbing. Monkey King is next. Let's see what that lion hits. Okay, so we're going to have to spam anyway, just to get back to the right amount of knight statues. Just going to do that. I'm going to do a clock. I'm going to do this. Let's just keep... The nice thing about not having the right amount of knight statues, it gives you a green light to just keep on spamming, because you can spam until you do have the right amount of knight statues, which in turn will get you more clocks. It'll get you more inquises to absorb. It's all good, and that's a GG. Hit him with a good game. I will take it. 1,755 crit, so I got him by 1,000 crit. Level 7 robot. All right, let's just skip through this. Like you guys know, I wasn't here for a couple of weeks, so I wasn't, to say the least, I was not grinding on the ladder. Where even are we on the ladder? We're at 5,600. The guy at the top is at almost double the trophies as us. But we did get promoted to Warlord 3. I bet you that, you know what? That's something that we have over the guy whose deck we stole, okay? I bet you he hasn't seen this screen in a hot sec. I bet you, right? He has not seen Warlord 3. Congrats, you've been promoted in a while, right? I don't think he cares. All right, let's jump into one more game here. Continue our barrage on the ladder. I didn't even look at it. I know we have the right talent on it now that I'm thinking about it. Let's jump into another game. See if we can get one more win in today's video. Back in we go. I didn't get a... Whoa. I think there's like a 50% chance this guy quits. Cultist, Corsair. I gotta push a little bit, fellas, to get you guys some gameplay here. But at least we can talk about kind of what we were doing. So, the other way you could play this deck is, you know, get that Inquiz on a square. Make sure you get a Knight statue on the square, okay? And then level them up all as you go, okay? No matter how you play this deck, you're pretty much always going to have those pauses in your gameplay to where you're going to build up that mana, spam a whole bunch. I was doing something in the last game that I didn't really mention all that much, to where if I do get an Inquiz that's not my main Inquiz, right? You know it's going to get absorbed at some point. I was keeping that Inquiz on my board. It's a little bit dependent on if you're during a wave, if you've got a boss incoming, dependent on the boss, right? If I am at the point where I'm not leveling up my Inquiz anymore, I'm not really worried about leveling up my Knight statue anymore, and I'm way more focused on absorbing Inquizes more than anything, then every time I get an Inquiz, I'm just going to keep putting like a rank 1 Dryad, maybe even a rank 2 Dryad like we did in the last game, because we had so many rank 2 Dryads. And I'm just going to keep that Inquiz alive so that we can continue to absorb as it goes. Because if you only have one Inquiz and that gets absorbed, now you're in this awkward stage of trying to find another Inquiz. Maybe you get the wrong amount of Knight statues. Now you don't have as much mana as you want. It's just kind of awkward. So that's why you always try and keep at least one Inquiz on your board, and you just keep leveling it up with Dryads, especially if you're using the Dryad with the Fairy of Growth. So then you use that Dryad on the Inquiz, another Dryad pops up, and then when that one Inquiz gets absorbed, you put another Dryad on that. It's a revolving cycle to keep on going. So we're not going to have to do anything here. I don't really like the fact that I'm leaving a bunch of monsters on my board. I almost never do that, but at the same time, I'm not really worried, and I kind of like just having the one Inquiz with the prospect of getting that Inquiz on a square. So let's just spam a little bit. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go over here. Okay. So we're going to do that. Boom. Yeah. So now we've got a guy on a square on a rank 2 Knight statue, which is actually great. And let's just I'm going to do that for starters. So we've got a couple of Inquizes. We're going to keep that guy on our board. I'm just going to combine out right now. I'm going to go one more Dryad here just to get him to 3. Spam a little bit. Let's do this just to get a... I guess we'll do that. I don't know. Just to get this guy to 4. We'll level him up a couple of times. Combine out a couple of... we'll do that. Combine out a couple of knight statues. I'll do that as well. Let's see if we can get a dryad to get a copy here. That would be good. But again, kind of like what we were talking about in the last game, this now gives me a green light to just keep on spamming because we got the wrong amount of knight statues. So I can just spam all day long until I find another knight statue, and then I can chill out and level up my stuff and kind of go from there. So we got a knight statue right there. So now we're going to focus more on unit levels, on mana levels rather. And we should be absolutely fine to take out Bedlam. And once we've maxed out all our mana levels, I might as well just max everything out, clocks included. Then we just go back to saving mana. Probably this next wave, I'm not going to get a single unit on my board. I'm just going to keep on building mana here. And then once we get, I don't know, 3,000, 4,000, something like that, we can spam our board again. Get our Inquiz possibly to rank 5. Get our Knight Statue to, 3, 4, something like that. And get a whole bunch of Inquizes that would be absorbed to upgrade that stack. We're actually at 10 stacks already, which is not bad at all. And we've got Tribunal, so that actually works really, really well for us in the sense that we aren't going to get any more units on our board anyway, which is how you want to try go up against Tribunal as well. So let's take a peek at my man. Gonna smack ya. It's rude. His board. He's got Scrapper in there also. Bizarre. I hope this guy beats me because maybe he knows something I don't. Corsair, Cultist. I can honestly say I've been making videos for this game for 2+ years. I've never made a video or played a deck with Corsair and Cultist. So this guy clearly is cooler than me. I think that's how that works. To how to understand, how to know if somebody's cooler than you or not, have they played Cultist and Corsair? I haven't. Have you? I'm going to combine out a little bit before Tribunal here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. So we did take a hit, but, yeah, we did take a hit. So did he, though. We made it so he also took a hit. So let's spam, do that. We got to level 1 up right away. Okay, boom, boom, boom. I'm going to go over here. So that's really, really nice. And maybe we can be a little bit, I don't want to be too aggro here. We've got a lot of Inquizzes. I really wouldn't mind, yeah, a higher ranking Knight Statue. That's exactly what I was about to say. Okay, so I'm going to do, I think we're back to saving mana. So I'm going to just do that. We're already at 2,300. So I think after Warlock, we spam once again. You guys are kind of getting the pattern now. You spam, get to the right amount of Knight Statues, get a bunch of Inquizzes on your board. Throughout that wave, you kind of hang out, watch those Inquizzes go away, use the leftover Dryads to level up your Inquizzes as you go, and then by the time the boss shows up, your board should be relatively empty. You should have a bunch of mana, and then you kill the boss and go from there. So we're going to hit our clock right there. We shouldn't have any issue. Okay, taking that out. Spam a little bit. Let's get that. We're going to have to try and get rid of, well, either get rid of one of our Knight Statues. Again, we've got a green light because we have the wrong amount of Knight Statues. Or we just try to get one more on our board. So we're just going to do that. We're going to do that. I'm going to just combine these out. Is that a weird play? It also got a clock on our board, so that's not the end of the world. Still a rank 3. We've got a board right there that's solid. 2 Knight Statues. I'm just going to combine out a clock because he's having a little bit of trouble. It did get the wrong amount of Knight Statues on our board, which isn't great. I could combine that out if I wanted to. Not too worried. I'm going to do another clock right there just to bug him. And this here is where the clock really shows its true power. Notice that I waited, hit him with a good game. Nothing too crazy. Level 12, level 12 Cultist, level 8 Corsair. I think that guy was just a little bit confused on what he wanted to play. But notice how I waited until late game to actually merge my clocks. I knew at that point we could You know, we had a heavy hitting Inquiz, which we only got ours to level 4 actually. But we knew that we could take out the monsters on our board. We knew he was having a little bit of trouble. So at that point, we can merge the clocks that we have and secure our victory. But guys, that is going to be the end of this YouTube video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll check you guys out in tomorrow's video.